3, 2, 1, go. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 19th of May 2021. We tonight bring you our 7K medal advertisers. And family, this is a good program. I am heavily involved in it. I am in the wallet. I want to combat what Biden is trying to do to me. Please pay close attention to what they have to share with you tonight. And then if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them for you afterwards. But let's get started because we also have dessert. And it turned out that that there's this doctor that on the day before the 20th, oh, coincidence, decides to tell the world what Iraq should do with their currency. And guess what he's telling the world? Exactly what we told you. Do you think he's telling the world what Parliament is telling the citizens of Iraq? Absolutely not. We're going to have fun tonight. So let's get started. John, are you there from 7K Metals?
I'm here, Frank.
Hey, buddy. It's good to be with you. The floor is yours. You also have a friend with you tonight, Brian. I look forward to see what he has to say. The floor is yours. Let me know when you guys are done. Go for it.
Awesome. Yes, they do have Brian with us. And what I think they're telling us for Iraq is that people need to start learning about precious metals.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, anyways, family, it's great to be back again. And boy, this is just really taken off in a big way. And a lot of you did get in. A lot of you are ready to get in. I keep hearing, and you should really be wanting to get started with this because it's just a really fabulous program. And 7K Metals is changing the way people buy gold and silver and in a big way. And this is why we're bringing this to you. We just feel that this is just a perfect program for right now and where we're at in the financial world right now. Brian's going to speak to more of that. But, you know, I try to ask people when I talk to them, what are your goals with precious metals? Because, you know, some people want a hedge against economic collapse. Some people are looking for wealth accumulation. Some people are looking for wealth protection, which all of us are going to need to do. And some are just, you know, looking for portfolio diversification. And there's different things you can do for each one of those different classifications. So those are things you want to learn and understand in your mind. You know, why do I want to be a part of precious metals and what are my goals? So once you know that, then we can help you and steer you in the right direction. But basically, the whole program here at 7K Metals is just geared towards all of that, and you should be paying attention to precious metals right now and you know, getting yourself set up ahead of time. But with that, I'm going to bring in Brian, who I have with me again, and he's just been a wealth of information with what's going on out in the world. Brian, are you here?
Yeah, I'm there, John.
Awesome. So you know what? Just kind of filling people with what's going on right now in the world and silver markets and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll put it out there for a couple minutes and fill everybody's ear with some stuff. So, you know, I could try to convince you why gold and silver should be invested. And I could go over the prices and the shortages and the premiums and that, but I really want to make emphasis tonight on the people that are new to precious metals or confused by precious metals or even confused by the system that you operate in with the central banking system. So I want to talk about the importance of having a financial education, and it doesn't have to be from a college or anything like that. You can give it to yourself just by being alert and aware and making good decisions, and also so you understand the importance of owning some precious metals. And that doesn't have to be $1 million worth of metals. It can simply be 1 ounce of silver and a gram of gold to get you started. But everybody should have some precious metals in their lives. So when the financial education comes along, it's funny because a lot of times I'll ask people, you know, who, you know, are very woke, and I'll ask them, I'll say, in your opinion, when was the dollar created? Like, when did the dollar get started? And funny enough, most people say, well, we won World War II and we got the reserve currency status, and ever since then we've been top dog and on top. So I would say, in 1945, whenever it was. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. And so this is why you need to really listen to where you are in terms of the environment that you operate in, because we don't have an option here, when our blessing comes in, how we're going to exchange our currency. It's going into fiat dollars. It's going into whatever system that you operate in. And that's it. You don't have a choice. But if you have a better understanding of the system you're putting it into, then maybe you can hedge yourselves and get ahead of the game. So the truth of the matter of this is that we've been under the Western central banking system since 1913, okay? That's when the Fed came into play. So for over 100 years, the Federal Reserve has been in charge of us. And, going over through the decades up to where we are now, we got to tune up in the 40s. We got the reserve status. In the 60s, if you really want to know what the central banks are about, have you ever asked yourself the reason why? I me's a good question for John. We haven't even discussed this. John, do you know why they removed the 90% silver from the coins and took it down to 40%? what would be your guess?
To get silver out of people's hands.
You're absolutely right. That's what they did. They did not want. That's good. It's good for you, man. We've been hanging out too much. They did not want people hoarding silver. So they removed the 90% content and took it to 40% because they didn't want them stockpiling it. They did not want you saving, okay? You say to yourself, well, that sounds a little strange, but it's really true, because what they wanted you to do was get into the central banking system. They wanted you to get into the dollar, and they did that by incentivizing you, by giving you interest rates with your checking accounts and your savings account, and giving you a return on your money, which kind of sounds like what Frank has been talking about with the Iraqi banks right now, giving their citizens what? He said 12% interest on their banks to get in there. It's the same thing. It's the same playbook. It's just the same central banks. They do the same thing over and over again. So we march into the 70s, out of the 60s, and they take us off the gold standard. They introduced credit cards. American Express, I think, was the first one. And then off to the races we go, right? We fast forward decades, and we get our tech bubbles. We get our housing bubbles. We get, all the ups and downs in the market. And finally, in 2008, the whole market hemorrhages, and it's had enough. Okay? And here we are, and it implodes upon itself. But the Federal Reserve says we have a solution to this, because it's the Great Recession, and the only thing that will save us is printing money. And they create quantitative easing. And everybody's up in arms on the left and the right in the political system. How are we ever going to pay for hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Our debt's going to go through the roof. Well, we have to do it because we have to save our country. So we move forward another 12 years, and what happens? Well, if you look back right around, we'll say February, March last year, the economy was starting to hemorrhage a little bit before the Great Pandemic. And, of course, because of the Great Pandemic, they had to close down the entire global economy. And what did the central banks around the world decide that they had to do? Not print millions, not print billions, but print trillions of dollars. And so where you are now in the system is this. 70% of the world's currency has been created in the last year, ever since last March, okay? Your currency is becoming debased. Your currency is dead on arrival. We should be at about the end of all this, you would think, but it's not. Because, once again, when this is all said and done, they have a new theory out there, which basically, as far as I'm concerned, is just a pig with lipstick on it. And it's called MMT, Modern Monetary Theory. What is modern monetary theory? Well, Frank was sort of discussing this in a roundabout way as well. It's going to be, in my opinion, the introduction of a digital currency. This is what's on deck for us next, okay? And whether it's going to be a Fed coin, whether it's going to be a United Nations or an IMF coin, who knows? But what they want to be able to do, and again, this is coming back to precious metals, what they want to be able to do is regulate the money directly into your accounts through a digital wallet, okay? So if they need to stimulate the economy, they can just put money into your account and they can say it needs to be spent within this specific amount of time, and they can help to control things. But what that does is it loses control for us. It does not allow us the ability to be in control of what it is we're investing in. Do you really think that if they give you a $1,400 stimulus check that they want you to run and buy precious metals and put it into a safe? Do you really think they want you to put it into a speculative cryptocurrency market or pay off your debt? That doesn't stimulate the economy for them, okay? So your future is probably a digital wallet. You need to start wising up to how the system works, and you need to figure out ways to protect yourself. Because, in all honesty, and we're speaking about the dinar here because we're at KTFA, in all honesty, I've been in the dinar for 12 years, and I just can't think of a more horrible environment for this to happen. I'll take my blessing any way it comes. Don't get me wrong, but we have to exchange our currency into a fiat currency that's being drastically debased with an administration that wants to tax us to infinity. I mean, when it's all said and done, gee whiz, we're going to have to jump through some hoops here. And so precious metals, as far as I'm concerned, is just another option that you have, along with figuring out how to, figure out your taxation and all those things to help preserve your future wealth. And that's where 7K comes in, because it has a lot of opportunities for people. You can diversify your funds into it. And 2 years ago when I got involved with it, I was confused by it. I didn't understand it, because whenever something new comes along, it takes a while to get used to it. But when they came out with the Sound Money wallet, I was all in once I figured it out. And I decided that's when I communicated with John, and I told him I was interested in building the team. And so now here we are spreading the word about 7K. So I think tonight, really, John, I think the emphasis should not be on trying to sell precious metals, but emphasizing probably the Sound Money wallet, and then maybe the special announcement that they made over the weekend, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And there was an announcement over the weekend, and that is the stack and sell program. It is geared towards the collectible coins, and where you can list them, where you can also go there to buy. You can list them to sell. You can go there to buy, and through a third party, and that will, facilitate the transaction. See, eBay was doing a lot of selling of numismatic and collectible coins, but they just stopped that about a month ago because there was so much fraud going on, and they could not control that situation. And so now in comes 7K with just an amazing program. They're actually in this with other people as well on this project, but this is going to be just blow the doors off of adding a whole nother level of value to the 7K Metals program. So anyways, Brian, I just want to run through real quick, and then we will break down into some of those things. So family, with the membership, the one you can get in at is the $199 per year membership. So you pay $199 for a year of membership. Now, this membership is similar to a Costco membership or a Sam's Club membership or your gym membership or any of those kind of memberships that you're already involved in. It's just a membership, and with memberships you get benefits. And I'm going to run through real quick everything that you get with 7K Metals, because it really is a lot, and it's hard to explain it all to people, but you get a lot of value for that $199. And so I'm going to run through these real quick, Brian. So first off, you're going to get a gem uncirculated coin with your membership right off the get-go. That's approximately a value of about $70. They do have different ones from time to time. Also, you're going to have access to what we're going to discuss more is the Sound Money wallet. There's the buyer certification course, which you've heard me talk about, and that is absolutely fabulous. I was watching some more of those videos again, and the education and understanding of precious metals in there is just unbelievable. So if you're already a member and you haven't gone through that buyer certification course, you need to, and hopefully I sent you an email with instructions on how to find that and get to that and go through that. So take the time and go through it. That's worth the whole $199 right there, easy. The amazing amount of education on it. The member direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Like we said, the shelves are a little empty because there's such a buying frenzy right now. But, when there is product in there, you're going to get a super price on gold and silver bullion. Access to the autosaver program is the big deal. You're getting these numismatic collectible graded coins through 7K, and that is an autosaver that's going to be sent to your home. There's 3 different options to choose from. You're going to have it sent to your home automatically, so you won't have to remember to get yourself a piece of silver each month. and get yourself going. So that's a super thing. Along with that, if you're on the autosaver, you're going to get 7K Advantage with savings at over 850,000 places and loyalty points for your autosaver each month, which will add up to where you get a free coin. That's a big deal. You're also going to have the access to super rare and collectible coins that they get from time to time, which are some phenomenal coins that they can be pretty pricey, but they're really good coins that can protect wealth for you with those coins. Soon you're going to have access to that stack and sell to buy and sell the graded coins. That's another huge thing right there. We have the 7K healthcare program, which is a benefit to the members. There's plans with zero deductible and pre-existing conditions. Single plans start at $275 a month, and family plans start around $560 a month. So some of those are just amazing. Some people are just totally in on that. You're going to have access to a third-party gold-backed IRA that you can call them and get set up. You have a replicated site where friends and guests can order metals from. Hold on, almost done. Business in a box with an amazing training center. It really is. If you've never even done a business, something like this, they have so much training in there that if you go through it, you're going to be an expert on how to build this business.
True.
It's all there for you. With a business, you're going to get tax write-offs. That's a big deal. They also have a 7K Wealth app to share this with people. It's super simple. If you're into apps, you'll love this thing, and just send out some text to people. You're also going to have me when you get the membership to guide you. And you can call me at any time, and I do encourage people. And if you've already gotten started and you have any questions about this program whatsoever, give me a call, and I can help you with whatever you need in there to get set up and understanding the full potential of 7K metals. So that was a mouthful, Brian, but when you and I both first started getting into this, it was kind of like, well, this is a really good program, but it's really a good program. But the more we got into it and the more we unpacked it and looked at it and checked it out and got into understanding every facet of it, it's an exceptional program.
Yeah.
And we really believe it's a great place for a new person to get started with precious metals, but as well as the experienced investor, especially with this sound money wallet.
It's a good place to protect
which
your
is
money.
huge. So what's your thoughts on the sound money wallet, Brian?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Sound Money Wallet, I think, is a great option if you don't want to hold your physical silver in your hands. I think what people need to understand is because there's confusion in it. When you first approach this program, you're so versed in going to a coin shop to purchase your product, or you're purchasing from an online dealer and you get it shipped to you, and then you put it in a shoebox and you hide it someplace. And that's kind of just how your mindset works. Like, it has to be, if you don't hold it, you don't own it type thing. And that is very true. But I think maybe we should just walk through the process so people understand once they get their membership how it works. And so I'll give it a shot, and then if you want to elaborate on it, go for it. But when you sign up for the membership, you have your Sound Money Wallet. And what you do is you get in there and you link your bank account to it, and you will fund it with however much money it is. Now, when you fund the money in there, say you fund enough for one whole American Eagle, and that's what they sell you as American Eagles and Gold Eagles. Okay, you are literally buying a physical eagle. They have a vault, and they are setting it aside physically for you. So you're paying the $42 or $43 at this point for the eagle, and you have now one physical eagle set aside for you in the vault. Now, if you want that eagle, you can communicate with them, and they will send it to you from your Sound Money Wallet, and you'll get it delivered, and there's your physical eagle. You have it. It's in your possession, if that's what you want to do. But in the silver market, there's three kind of basic aspects to silver, okay? There's the physical aspect, which everybody who's a retail investor kind of understands. It's physically in your hands. You possess it. Then there's the paper market, the derivative market, the Basel III market, the COMEX market, which we're really not talking about because it has nothing to do with this directly. And then the third market is the synthetic market. And the synthetic market is kind of like a futures market. And that's what's awesome about Sound Money Wallet, and that's why I like this. When you put your fiat currency in there, even though you're turning it into a retrievable physical currency, you still have a fiat balance in there. and that fiat balance has exposure to the market. So if you believe, like I do, that premiums are not going down, that spot prices are not going down, that there is a physical shortage, and at least for the next 6 months, the prices are at least going to stay where they are, or if not increase, I believe increase, and so do many, many others, then your fiat value in there is going to increase, which means you're going to have more eagles or more gold eagles or whoever it is, whatever your balance is in there, okay? If you choose that you need that money to be pulled out of the sound money wallet, you can pull it out in fiat. But here's the catch that confuses everybody, and it confused me at first too. You have to then have a sellback price that they will pay you, and no different than going to a coin deal or anybody else, because they're not going to pay you the $43 for your coin when you go into exchange it. They're going to pay you just however desperate they are. They could pay you spot, they could pay you below spot, they could pay you spot and a couple bucks. But when you pull your money out, you're selling that physical coin back to 7K, and they're giving you your fiat currency back. Did I describe that well, John?
Yeah. In simple layman's terms, when you get rid of your silver, you're just gonna make a couple clicks. It's gonna go back into cash. It can go from cash back into your bank.
Right.
So.
Now, what was the example that you gave the other day? We have a 7K member, a gentleman who somehow got $100,000 into his sound money wallet, and because the market shifted from $26 to $28 or whatever it is, he made, what did you say, $2,000-$3,000 in the day?
Well, yeah, we have actually several members that have put large amounts in 5 and 6 figures, and they are super excited because the one guy did say that, yeah, he had that in a CD or an IRA or something, a CD, I believe. And he goes, in 1 year's time, he goes, I earned about $950. Because in 5 days, well, actually it was about a week, I think now. He says, I've earned about, my portfolio has gone up by over 5,000. So
there you go.
So, right there.
And that's just simply because you own the physical. If you want the physical and you don't want to pay the buyback to get it out into the fiat currency, then you call them and they will deliver the physical for you, if that's what you want to do, if you want to liquidate your account. But the sound money wallet actually kind of allows you to play the market in a sense. You have exposure to the markets for growth. And this is why the sound money wallet is so awesome for the Iraqi dinar investor, because you can take your surplus funds and put them in there and watch it grow and have it accessible. Or if you want to build your physical portfolio, you can draft it out that way. So the sound money wallet really is an awesome opportunity. And honestly, the membership itself should just be worth the sound money wallet, not to mention all the other perks that you get with it. But weren't they talking about, John, in one of the calls, that all of these other companies are wanting to buy into the sound money wallet, just the sound money wallet, to represent on their companies and their platforms, and they told them no?
Yes. You know, the sound money wallet is the only product of its kind available out there right now, and 7K Metals has it. They came up with it. It was their dream, their project they put together. And they said almost like 1,000 different companies have contacted them saying, can we add sound money wallet to our programs? And they're like, no, you can't. No. So it isn't just, I mean, a lot of people in a lot of high places are starting to realize the power of this program. And so you should be as well. Now, you know, in the beginning, I brought up 4 things. Hedge against economic collapse. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Wealth accumulation. Put money in there and it's going up in value because silver's climbing. Wealth accumulation. Wealth protection. The money is safe in there. And it's not, if we have economic collapse, you're not going to lose it from the bank. So precious metals have been a huge part of wealth protection. So yes, the sound money wallet is really one of the biggest things. But, you know, it's not the only part. Really, the collectible coins, I really do like the collectible coins because as I heard a story this weekend, we had they get some really great sets of coins that come in, and they're working with a gentleman by the name of Miles Standish, who is the vice president of NGC grading company, and that's the one who does the gradings for most of the coins. There's a couple companies that do it, but
he's in the top. He's in the top tier of all the coin graders.
Yeah, NGC is one of the big ones, and he has really taken a liking to 7K metals. Is really kind of a part of the company as well now. And actually, speaking of people, who else really liked 7K metals and actually spoke at one of their events was Edward G. Griffin. He is the author of the book Creature from Jekyll Island. And if people have read that book, which they'll understand the Federal Reserve, and you'll know who he is. He is very interested in 7K metals and did speak there. And so that should tell you something right there as well. But Miles Standish did this set of coins, and it was a White House set. So it was like 3 different coins in this set. And basically it was about $1,500 to purchase the entire set as they came out one by one. But one of the members I did here over the weekend ended up selling that set in about less than a year and a half time for $8,000. So that is a big deal. And that's where this stack and sell program is. If you're getting some rare collectibles from 7K metals, it'll give you the opportunity to catalog your coins, to list your coins for sale, and see how much you could get for them. And sell them. And then get other coins that you may want. Someone may be selling something that you want. So it's just added a whole new layer to it. And, diversifying in precious metals, there is, the bullion and whatnot and sound money wallet type of thing. But then there is the graded coins is a whole nother part of diversifying in precious metals. So part of your portfolio should be in silver eagles, gold eagles, but then the other part should be in collectibles and rare collectibles. And this is the place for that. So it's just all the way around that this program is so awesome on so many levels. And that whole list I read off of everything a member gets, you should be really, now is the time to get set up with this and get yourself understanding why we're excited, why we love this program, and why we love this company. And speaking of the Sound Money Wallet, actually, over the weekend, 2 weekends ago, we were playing around with it. Brian and I have played around with it as well, where we have sent silver back and forth to each other. Frank, I sent you some silver, and then you sent me some silver back. And
that was cool.
Sent silver, and so, it's as simple as a couple clicks to sell silver or send silver back and forth. Now, imagine this, if you will. So let's say it's post-RI or you do have a large amount of money in the Sound Money wallet. Say your friend down the street wants to sell a car. You ask him, hey, could I buy your car with silver? And the guy's like, hey, that would be really cool. I'll take $10,000 worth of silver. Well, here, get this membership, set up your Sound Money wallet, and I can transfer you $10,000 worth of silver right to your account, and there you go. And then we'll do the car deal. And so he's like, yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea. So think of
peer-to-peer technology.
Think of the possibilities on that. And Brian, that goes back to what you were talking about digital wallets and where we're heading. And this is really a digital wallet for silver and gold. So
yeah, if you're a member and other people are members, you got peer-to-peer technology to send back money back and forth. You can send back gold and silver back and forth. And when you're talking about numismatic coins as well, I've been stacking silver since 2014, 2015, with no rhyme or reason. I just started doing it. And I was never really a big fan of numismatic coins, did not understand them. And that's one thing that 7K really woke me up to and have added a lot into my collection is the whole numismatic aspect of it. And when they implement this new program, it's going to make it even easier for you to, because a lot of people say, well, it's going to be easier for me to stack bullion and then in a crisis situation, because a lot of people have a prepper mentality or a stacker mentality. But the numismatic is sort of more of a collectible sort of niche. And when you get a numismatic, then you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? And if you go to a coin dealer, he may say, well, I don't see any value in this. Another coin dealer may say, I see a lot of value in this. And so the new program, when we start talking about it, allows you to just advertise your new coin, your numismatic coin, ask a price for it, have people bid for it, and then you send it off hands-free. Nobody knows you, no transactions directly, and it's really awesome. And so thinking on those lines and having a numismatic collection now, 7K is full spectrum in terms of however you want to apply yourself in metals. Do you want to have your money exposed to the market in the sound money wallet? Do you want to start collecting collectibles? They have lots of different ranges and value, lots of different levels. Do you just want to stack your gold and silver? I mean, it's all right there. And you just have to break the mindset, because it was very difficult for me in the beginning, of having somebody that you already have a relationship with and just ordering it and getting a box and unpacking it and playing with it like a little Matchbox car for a second and putting it away, right? It's a whole different concept, but you know, when you're talking about digital wallets and everything, this is the age that we live in. You know, everything is advancing, and so if you are not if you are already involved in gold and silver investing, it's really worth a look at a different perspective of how to acquire your metals, and it's well worth the cost of the membership once you get involved in it. Trust me, you just got to give it a test drive and test it out. That's my opinion.
Yes, you do. Yes. And you know, the numismatic coins, you're stacking those as well. I know I am, because I had to get out a bigger box and put them in. It's like,
yes,
because it's stacking up. So,
well, we should talk about quickly the auto ship program, so people understand that as well, to get started sort of on a graded coin series. You know.
Well, yeah, the auto saver program is awesome because it's right there for people to enroll in. And then, you know, one of the biggest things is, I used to listen to a gold talk show, oh my gosh, I'm going to date myself, but 25, 30 years ago, and the guy was always like, you should buy one gold coin a month. And back then, gold was like around 300, which I was like, you know, I really should, and I never did. So had I been buying for the last 20 years a gold 1 ounce gold coin for $300, but I didn't. So this program really gets people to where they don't have to do the discipline part. It's already set up for you. You're going to have an asset sent to your home every month. That's what that is. That coin, that numismatic collectible coin, is an asset. So that if you're getting one, you're going to have at the end of the year 12 assets. Now, we have some people that get all three of them, or two of each, or two of one of them on, and you can do that. You can set it up. You have also multiple times in the month when it goes out, so you know you can set that up for your budget on when you want that to come out and be shipped to you. You know, with the Sound Money Wallet as well too. When you've got the Eagles in there, they can be sent to you at any time. So it's just, they've got all your bases covered in there all the way around. And I believe earlier you all heard Frank say that he was going to send me 1 ounce of gold, didn't you?
No, yeah.
What did you? Did you say that? I thought I heard him say that. Brian, did you hear him say that?
I thought he was sending us both one, but maybe I was wrong.
Oh, yeah, he did say both of us.
I got double trouble. You know, that was so that was pretty cool, John, because you know the interesting thing I found about it, you told me pop up your computer. I'm going to send you. I think you sent me $10 of silver, and I said okay.
Yeah.
I'll pop it up. Why don't I just do it later, John? Because I got some things to do. And you said no, pop it up. Oh, John. All right, I got it. What do you want me to do here? Oh, I see. All right. So what do I do now, John? He says, you don't do anything. Watch this. I'm going to push a button on my computer. Enter. Do you see it on your screen now? I said, dang, that quickly? He says, yep, it's right there for you.
Yeah, it's instant. Yeah.
But no.
And then I made you send it back to me.
Yeah, it took a long time for me to say okay, but no. I just thought it was a cookie. I didn't want to send it back. But yeah, this is a convenient thing. I love the concept of these coins as well too, gentlemen. There are many reasons. In fact, Brian was explaining one that, you know, some people look at something and they may look at it, you know, like a work of art. What one man sees, another man sees something different. You know what I mean? Yeah, when a person sees these coins, they may say, okay, well, I see the value of the silver, but I don't see no value of the coin. And yet, you talk to a coin collector, a coin expert, an aficionado about collecting coins, he's going to tell you, are you kidding me? You got double value there. Not only the value of the gold, but the value of the coin itself. This is part of a series. No, look here, let's talk. Yeah. No, I really love 7K metals. I'm very proud to represent it. And another thing too, John, the prices of 7K metals are extremely impressive. Very good prices.
Yes. Yeah. And I just forgot what I was going to say, doggone it. But
It
yeah,
happens.
the coins that you're getting each month. The company, it's fun. It really is. If you understand, once you get in and realize that this company, these people have fun in this company. They have a thing called coin drops, and they'll list a coin, this super coin, and they'll put it up there. And then it's kind of like a first come, first serve, and it's a race to try to get them. And anyways, they have a lot of fun in the company as well, and it's just fun, starting to accumulate precious metals and being around other people who are doing that as well, and seeing your wealth grow with assets and precious metals. So, with that, you know what? If you want more information about this program, please send an email to KTFA Coins with an S. Frank is holding it up right there. KTFAcoins@gmail.com, and just include your first and last name and request more info. And I will get that info over to you. Now, if you are ready to get started, send an email saying ready to get started. I will send you a link to a member who is under Frank at KTFA. And don't worry, it's not going to say Frank. It's going to say somebody else's name. But we are building under Frank, and it all benefits Frank. So don't worry about that. Trust me, I know which links I'm sending.
You want to build a business?
But we're building a team, a group of people, and that's just going to benefit this whole thing. So I send an email if you're ready to get started. Have some of you say that you're ready to get started and send the link, but somebody got wet feet, cold feet. It's time. It's time for you to jump on this. I really believe. I understand if you can't financially, but if you're riding that fence, boy, it's time. You're gonna enjoy this.
We should emphasize too, John, for people that are riding the fence, if it's just a price issue where they think, you know what, I'm just, like for example, cryptocurrency has just lost $800 billion of value in a week. So maybe they think the metal markets is going to go down. I pulled from a lot of sources that I listen to, like on the daily. And I can pretty much guarantee you that straight across the board that all people that are in the metals market are just predicting premiums and prices to increase on both gold and silver. And it might not be radical increases. I'm not sitting here saying that the sky's falling and it's going to be $50 tomorrow. As a matter of fact, if you're investing in metals, you should get more of a investor's mindset of a long perspective on it and not an overnight get rich quick scheme. It doesn't work that way, right? But in the long term, if you look at all the statistical graphs over the decades, both gold and silver are going in one direction, and that's a stair step going up and up and up. So, if you think that you're going to wait till January and that prices will probably get cut in half and you'll get a deal, then come back in January and you can gamble on that. But you may be paying $50 an ounce for silver then. And that's kind of how the world is going right now, because there is, just for the time being, a massive shortage for a lot of reasons of physical silver, straight across the board. So we're not even seeing it yet. It's coming. So if you're going to get started, and people might say, well, then if there's a shortage, then how's the sound money wallet going to guarantee it? 7K has said that for every dollar that goes in there, they have private vaults to guarantee that there is physical backed up on every dollar that goes in there. So 7K emphasizes that.
Absolutely, and they do have secured enough of the autosaver coin and whatnot for they're like at least 12 months out already on that, so they know what they're doing. They've got
they know what they're doing.
They know the growth that's occurring, which is huge. The company is just exploding because people are really starting to see this and learn and understand, and the timing of what's going on in the world right now is just pushing this further and further. So it really is just a great program all the way around. There's so much value with your membership. And once you get started with it and start to understand all of it, you're going to go, wow, this is awesome. And hopefully you tell a friend. And, we can teach you how to do the business thing. It just takes two members underneath you, and you're qualified to earn a $500 commission check. And it's this very simple, easy program.
Hey, John.
So we can show that to you, teach you.
Hey, John. Yes. And one of the things that I'd like to highlight is that, like John said, if I sponsor somebody, that's great. If I put that person underneath somebody that wants to build a business, that's great for the both of us. For example, Bacchus has just said, hey, I joined and I saw someone else's name, that was put under me. I got really confused. And then John reassured me that, no, you all are under Frank. He's just putting that person underneath you to help you build a business. If you're interested in building a business, family, I share. I'm not greedy to keep everybody at first level. Whatever we bring in, we're a team. You want to build a business? You're serious about it? You show me. Bring someone in. I'll bring you another person. Then you'll have those two that you need in order to start receiving a little bonus. But gentlemen,
can I jump in real quick, Frank?
Go right ahead,
Sure.
and then we'll answer some questions and answers.
No, yeah, that's great. So what you're describing, the company has basically come out and expressed this so that people don't feel like they're being burdened or pressured into, applying themselves in a way to build a business. So 80% of the people that come into this program are strictly here for the membership benefits. They never want to build. They never want to share. They just want the benefits of the membership, and that's fine. But 20% of the people that come in actually want to be builders. And so, since John and I have sort of teamed up on this and are starting to create a team, and I'm getting more involved under KTFA because I am pretty much signed up right underneath Frank, we are looking at people that we've signed up. And if you have signed somebody up, and this is for existing members or future members, if you're in our I don't want to say it's a downline because it's not really a downline, but if you're in our line and we're in our teams and we see that you have signed somebody up and you need that other person, when some new member comes in, we see that you've already put out the effort to get one person and you have points that are accumulating, and you should be entitled to get that, at least a reimbursement for the cost of the membership or even more, because, Frank does have some pretty strong points coming up underneath us. There's a lot of people signing up. So we will take new members and we will grant them to you. So that confusion about the names and all that, that's simply us trying to benefit people that just put a foot forward. But not everybody does it. You can look at people's memberships when you're in our situation, and you can see that they just don't want to sign anybody up and they just want the auto ship, and that's fine. You are entitled to do that. But don't be surprised if you get an email from us because you signed up a family member on one side of you and you can't find somebody else, and we say, hey, give us your username because we want to grant you somebody or gift you a person so that you are entitled to grow. And who knows, maybe once you actually see how easy it is to move forward in terms of sharing this and you actually are getting a reward out of being a member, maybe you start sharing more. But Frank, you hit it out of the park with that, and we probably would have let that slip because it really is the mantra of the company is to not be selfish. We're all a family, and it's all about sharing and growing together because we all benefit from it, right?
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, gentlemen,
Frank, is there any questions?
I was just going to say, if you don't mind, we gotta have to wrap this up because I do have dessert, and it is a lot. But unfortunately, I'm in a little pain, and I'm trying to speed things up here. So let me ask these quick questions. If you get delivery of coin, can you switch to have them hold in the vault?
There is a vault for the delivery of the coins, for numismatic coins from 7K Metals. You can have them just set up into a vault there, yes. There is a fee for that, and that's something you would probably call and set up with them. But what it is, when you get these coins delivered to your door, it's like Christmas. So it's like, hey, what did I get? What did I get? You open it up and like, oh, that's cool. That's nice.
Yeah, but that vault that that vault that you're referring to is a separate vaulting system than the vault for the Sound Money Wallet. That's a completely different vault.
Correct. That is correct.
Shelley is asking, is this wallet secure? I mean, a lot of people have lost money in the past with, coin-based crypto wallets. Is this a good secure site or wallet?
This This is not a crypto wallet.
And
So yes, it is
there's
back pocket.
and
Moist and
there lies the
fundamentally.
answer. Yes, it's not a crypto wallet, and because of that, no, it's well regulated. Well, here's another one. So when you sell the coin back to 7K Metals and it goes back into your bank account, then is it taxed at that point?
Okay, so here's the deal. There is not a reportable event on 7K Metals end, and they will not send you a 1099-B. Now, that doesn't mean that, that's not completely untaxable. You would have to get with your accountant to determine that. But basically, they will not inform the IRS that there was any sales or any income or whatnot. So it'll be up to you and your accountant on how you determine that. But if
Definitely.
they're not telling them, anyways.
Talk to your
Or if you buy a car, with the silver, and I don't know. I didn't know nothing. Did you?
Yes, definitely talk to your talk to your accountants, talk to your lawyers. There are many laws in many different states, but the profit from a coin, as far as I understand it, it is not a taxable thing. This whole call is in my opinion, so therefore, please follow up on this. Follow up.
There is real quick, Frank. There's a whole section in that buyer certification course, a chapter on the taxes and the coins and what is and what isn't, and so that would well worth the $199 for that chapter alone. So,
what is the limit that we can put into our wallet, or is there any limit?
I have not heard of a limit, and some of the people that are coming in are testing their limits. So
That's a good one.
yeah,
How true.
I have not heard a limit. They would not give me a number, so
That's
no, there
good.
shouldn't really be a limit to worry about.
Will this company be able to handle a large amount of silver at one time? Like, if they wanted to purchase a large amount, what do you think?
Well, we're going to test it when it RIs. But they're going to do their best. I mean, they're going to grab every silver ounce they can get from around
But
the
of
world.
course,
Operation.
that's what they do for business. I mean, of course, they'll have their stock. Is the
I might
digital
get a phone call from the leaders and say, "What's going on in your group there?" Nothing.
is the digital wallet? But then again, it's not a digital. Is the wallet on blockchain technology?
No, it is not.
No.
How old do you have to be a member?
I would say 18.
Yeah, I think it's 18.
18? Alrighty. So, with that said, these are the few quick questions we had. And
Awesome.
I had a person, by the way, on our forum here. I read your post, I obey. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cryptocurrency is something that is unpredictable. It is not something that is backed. But funny enough, this is what backs up everything. Precious metals. So, if gentlemen, if you ever see my friend I Obey join up, let's make sure that we put somebody underneath her right away to start helping her to build her business. Okay?
Awesome.
All right.
I will.
And I think
So with that, Frank, let me just give out the contact information
Okay.
one more time, and
Okay.
we'll wrap this up. So
Go for it.
Because I could go for some apple pie. You think you said?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we're going to share.
Awesome. So just if you want more information, send an email to ktfacoins@gmail.com. Please include your first and last name and either request more info or ready to get started. And my number is 440-667-1444. If you have any questions, give me a call, and I'll see what I can help you get set up and everything with this program. I'd like to thank Brian for coming in again tonight, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming to the UB2B tonight, and Frank for having us. I just believe this is a great program, and we're so glad that everyone's here and for everyone that came in.
Indeed. God bless you, gentlemen. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, John.
God
bless you
Thanks.
both.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? There's a lot of information in these two guys. You should give them a call and pick their brains and see if this is something for you. You can start at a low level. You don't have to start with large numbers, and see if this is for you. Alrighty, well, that's our infomercial with 7K Metals. Thank you, John. Thank you, Brian. Thank you all for coming. And now we're going to switch over to the study of the Iraqi dinar. Now, in order for me to do that, I need to move our camera because that's what we're going to do tonight. Now, before I move the camera, very quickly, let me just simply say that on Monday and Tuesday, I talked to you about the Vietnamese dong. Let's start with Monday. Why in the world would I talk to you about the VND? Well, if you listen to the recording, you know very well why. And remember what I brought up. You need to know what? The GDP, the GDP, the GDP of a nation. Please put that in your sidebar right now. Go ahead, just write it on your notes on the side, a little side, GDP. Don't forget it. All right. So the GDP, and then I also said to you the following day on Tuesday that if you also had the M figures, actually I said it on Monday as well, if you had the M figures and the GDP, you could determine the exchange rate of a country's currency with no problem. And then I asked, do you see the GDP of Iraq? Do you see the M1, 2, or 3 figures of Iraq? No, you don't, and there's a reason for it. This whole monetary reform process is, it's basically a secret. In fact, we even have an article. We have an article from the GOI member saying the same words. Yeah, what they're doing with, our currency, it's a secret. No kidding. So on Monday, I came out with a UB2B and I called it Liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Because we pointed out, again, look at all these people. And I showed you the articles. Remember, we went by them step by step. And I said, look at these knuckleheads. They're all saying bad things. Bad things. It won't happen for another 4 years. What? And what did I tell you that Walking Stick said? That's stupid. That's beyond stupidity. You got to really be ignorant to say such a statement. But it was an employee of the CBI. I thought he was, legit. Of course not. Only the governor of the CBI pay attention to. Only the prime minister. And then I told you also that the prime minister is saying, you know what? I may not even run for election. No. Later this year, I may not run for elections because there's so much, there's just so much corruption in our country. Hint, hint. No, I think he will run. He's needed. He did a good job. A lot of people are very proud of him. Very proud of him. But that's not something that, he's going to advertise or talk about because he's not going to draw that type of attention to himself. What he's doing okay, let me put it this way. In my opinion, this whole call is in my opinion. The purpose of Kazemi in Iraq is to complete the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar. Have you seen him do anything else? Do you see him talk about anything else? Talks about the monetary reform and the economic reform of their country. He's very, in my opinion, he's very proud. Hey, Kurdistan, what you think about Kazemi? Oh, man, we love him. He's the best we've had in a while. He's our Trump. Oh, okay. Hey, Kurdistan, what do you think about Iran? Well, it's the same thing as Biden. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Family, something, what was it? Ooh, let's see. About 10 days ago? I know it was not this Monday. So it was the following, a week ago this Monday. Remember when I said to you, in my opinion, and when I said it, by the way, just a handful of people, they got a little silly. And they said, oh, look, Frank just said that the reinstatement, it's going to have the value, it's going to go up, the exchange rate is going to change on the 20th of May, 2021. Yeah, I got it. He said it. Here it is. No, Frank didn't say anything like that, but the desperation of people caused it. Yesterday, I was so heartbroken, and you saw it. You saw it in my face. You saw the pain in my face. It sincerely hurt me to have to say to somebody at KTFA, you're banned. Is that how you say it? You're banned or you're banded?
Banned.
You're banned. I'm sorry. But that's not a subject, for right now. What I'm trying to say is that I feel bad for this person because they were complaining about everything that Walking Stick and I have shared with you basically since the beginning of this year. We're way ahead of the curve. We always are, you know that. And eventually you see what we tell you. But I will admit, this is taking a little longer than we expected. I expected to see everything within the first quarter. That's why I told you to respect it. We haven't seen it yet. But yet we've seen everything else, haven't we? And it was about 10 days ago. I said, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the CBI is going to complete. Those are my words. But they were metamorphosized. They were rearranged. They were changed to satisfy the hunger of the undisciplined gluttony that some people want with this investment. I want it now. Ooh. You know something? Righteousness. Righteousness is not something that man has the authority over. Only the blood of Jesus Christ. Righteousness is a gift from Jesus by his sacrifice on the cross. This Iraqi investment, what we share with you, it's what we share with you as a gift. We share with you. And it's not something that you would, normally just disrespect and say, well, where is it? What do you mean, where is it? 12 years, our reputation should tell you where it is. It's coming. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe in it. And especially if my teams hadn't vetted and backed it up. And you know the relationship between Walking Stick, his firm of over 500 employees, over 30-something years in that country. Well, of course Iraq loves that company. So yeah, the CBI has to tell these companies certain things, but they have to tell the bank owners everything. And we're blessed that they have 2 bank owners with 6 banks, 2 in Iraq and 4 in Jordan. So I suggested to you 10 days ago that on the 20th, why the 20th? Why the 20th? Can you tell me? Of course you can tell me, but let's not waste time. The reason why on the 20th of December is because, in all honesty, I thought that they were going to raise the value. The IMF said they were going to raise the value. Good grief. We got the article. But in that 3rd week of December, the IMF said, look, we got another idea. Do you mind? Because we got recalculate. Can we use this exchange rate right here? That's lower than what you got now. Yeah, but it's for these purposes. There were 17 reasons that they gave them. Whoa! The IMF says, you know what? You're thinking, my goodness, you're growing up. Yeah, go ahead and lower it. No problem. And they did. And they've accomplished so much with that lower rate. So much. I had to ban somebody yesterday. It was that successful. So I told you that on the 20th that I thought that the CBI would be complete with something. What do you think they're going to complete? Well, let's think about that. It turns out that coincidentally enough, no, not coincidence. There are no coincidences. There's this doctor that came out and he says, I'd like to talk to you about the Dutch disease. The Dutch disease. Really? Really? The Netherlands is losing all their tulips? Again? They were almost wiped out in the 1990s, I think, or 80s. Again? No, wrong disease. What's the Dutch disease? Basically, it's when you have a currency that is not really backed up and it just, suffers and inflation and the country goes to pots. Oh. Okay. And what I found interesting is that the timing. This professor decides to come out today on the 19th to talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. Wait till we talk about it. Oh my goodness. This blessing is coming. And I know you want it now, 1% of you. But the other 99.9% of you, you should be extremely excited and pleased. There's a documentary letter of credit that was given to the CBI. And I think it was actually presented to them on the 20th of December of last year. And then 5 months later, on the 20th of May, let me see, when would that be? Oh, tomorrow. They seem to have completed something. I wish I would have said that. I did. The CBI tomorrow is going to complete something. And it's fascinating to see all the different things that are being done. Do you have my phone, Tim?
Yep.
I need it. You should. It's fascinating to see all the different things that that are occurring around this date. Now, I don't want to spend all my time, here with you tonight. Although I would definitely do it. I have so much that I'd like to share and talk to you about. Why do you think that why did I talk to you on Monday about the Iraqi Stock Exchange? You remember? Look at your notes. They're closed. They're still closed. They've been closed. The auctions. Petra told you about it. Petra, our brother, analyzer, he told you about it. There hasn't been any auctions in a while. Well, I don't know. Currency traders stopped trading currency. Why? Why? I mean, all of these are dealing with large numbers of Iraqi dinars, a foreign currency. What you guys know? Why you stop? Why are you waiting until tomorrow for something to be completed? That'd be interesting. That would make me look good. Go ahead and do it. No? Okay. Whatever. But you are. You know very well, CBI, what you're doing. And all of you investors, you know very well. Everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What? It's a cliff. What is it? It's a cliff. If we go one step further, man, we're going to fall into a low exchange rate. Why don't we just stop? Okay. And they have. And if you hadn't noticed that, well, you should have. Tell me something. The market of gold, the market of silver. How you guys doing? We're not trading. What? Well, not in the auctions anyways. This is fascinating. This is all very fascinating. I want to read you something that our brother Petra said. He said that the final article thread, you do belong to ktfalways.com, right? You don't? Well, you should. Because in there is a very important article that we're going to talk about tonight. And I don't, look, for those other sites that copy us, make sure you copy this and take it back. Make sure that you explain this, properly. But before we do, let me just read something to you. Because you see, I told you, there was a documentary letter of credit that I believe was presented to Iraq on December the 20th. And then 5 months later, here we are on the precipice of May the 20th. Something has happened. And what I believe is happening is that there are many codes that are being established and are being set up, that are being implemented with banks, with the Iraqi bank. I believe that they are for imports, exports. I believe it's for an exchange rate that is not public yet. Petra tells us that the final article thread tells a story, frankly. That was cute. Just think this out through. Why is the Iraqi Stock Exchange closed for an extended period? Because they know something that has not been announced. And today, Petra says, the currency traders stop trading because they know what's coming and don't want to get stuck on the wrong side of the equation. Yeah. It was in a post today. Yeah, you do read our articles, right? You saw all this, right? Good. He says, in my opinion, here's another question that I'd like to pose. Has anybody seen any gold prices this week? Traders not trading market. They're not trading gold. Gold is not in play. The auctions are not happening. Everything is just, a bunch of crumbs, in my opinion. And what's happening this week? Well, the digital summit. Oh, the what? The digital summit seems to be in play. Yeah, and then by coincidence, what did I mention to you on on Monday, that I rarely ever talk to you about? The Vietnamese dong. Why, Frank? Well, I told you something's happening. I mean, I guess I want to say something's happening to the Vietnamese dong, but instead, what did I say on Monday? Family, something's happening at the Vietnamese Central Bank website. You should go check it out. Read articles. And boom, today we bring you articles. And one of them said, well, Vietnam has been taken off the currency manipulator, according to Bloomberg News. What? It's a communist country. You don't take, that's the only communist country that's been taken off. Of the five, you're telling me that. I wish I would have said that Monday. Instead, I yelled too much at old Biden. but you're remembering, aren't you? You're putting this all together in your head? And it's not a coincidence, is it? So you understand now why I brought up Vietnam. And then you saw the following day on Tuesday, ring-a-ding-ding. Hello, banks. Yeah, you got any dongs? No, we stopped selling them today. What? Now, I don't want to exaggerate that because there are some banks that are still selling Vietnamese dongs. I even said that on Monday. I said that. I said, remember, according to their inventory in their vaults, those are my exact words. But then today, the Vietnamese dong, a communist country, is taken off of currency manipulators, according to Bloomberg. Please, somebody walk with me, talk with me, because you see the CPI, these articles, 5 months later, huh? Can we retroact it back to the January the 1st? Of course we can. This is very interesting. So on December the 20th, they devalued their currency. 5 months later, would they increase their currency? I don't know. But I do know that on the 20th, tomorrow, the CBI is going to tell you that they have accomplished, they have finished something. It could be about the digital stuff. I don't know. It could be about the codes. I don't know. It could be about the documentary letter of credit that they got. I don't know. It could be an increase in their exchange rate. I don't know. It could be the announcement of the new small category notes. I don't know. I sincerely, truly, I don't know. But I can tell you another thing that is, what a coincidence! What, Frank? What? Talk to me. Walk with me. What? Watch this. Ring-a-ding-ding. Old timers, remember that? Ring-a-ding-dings. I haven't done a ring-a-ding-ding a long time ago. Ring-a-ding-ding. Ring-a-ding-ding. Answer the phone. Ring-a-ding. Hello, this is China. You like takeout? No, I don't want to take out. Let me ask you something. What did you do with Bitcoin today? We bit it. You what? We bit it. You bit the coin that feeds you? It don't feed us. No, it doesn't? No. What's going to feed you? Our own cryptocurrency. Oh! I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptocurrency, in my opinion, is iffy. I got involved in it. I have some. It is still there. I pray to God that it does mature someday, and if not, so be it. But based on what China did today, shooting down Bitcoin, because they're going to come up with their own, I believe that a lot of cryptocurrencies are going to start to tank. This is not a coincidence. And China all of a sudden does what they did with cryptocurrency. CBI, what are you going to announce tomorrow? Another situation. You know, remember I told you there's so many things that surround the 20th. Buna, what's up? Well, you know what we're doing, Frank. We're trying to get Iraq to go international. That is amazing. That is amazing. So banks started yesterday saying that no, we don't have the dong any longer. No. Leave me alone. Okay. And as the days go by, they're probably all, eventually when they run out of their inventory, they're going to say, no, we don't got no more. Leave me alone. Okay. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. So what are the other things that I have told you? Phase 1, 2, and 3. What did I tell you about those? All right, let's review them real quickly. Well, it turns out that they're going to make this massive campaign to the citizens to teach them about the new exchange rate, the new currency, la, 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 la. But then once they raise the value in phase 1 to 1-to-1 inside of the country, and automatically it's 1-to-1 outside the country, well, that gives purchasing power to the citizens of Iraq. But interestingly enough, because of oil going up, they're going to have more purchasing power. Recalculate. That's what they're doing. because oil went up, not because of COVID, not because of old Biden. It's because the oil went up. They had to deal with that. Kurdistan, what you guys doing here? You want some pizza? No. What you want? Our part. It went up. I know. Go ahead and sit down. We'll calculate it. They're doing it. Can you be patient about it? No. I want the blessing now. Well, you're the type of person that's going to lose the blessing now. Good luck. So this is very interesting. I told you in phase 1, okay, 1-to-1, inside, outside. And then phase 2, it's 1-to-1. Citizens, bring in the 3 zeros. Oh, yes, we'll bring them in. We're 1-to-1. What did the 3 zeros? What good did they do this? Take them all. Now give it to me. A small part of it will be physical, but the majority is going to be electronic because every citizen has to have a bank account. And they do now. Because you see, yeah, the oil prices that went up is giving the citizens more purchasing power, but it's also doing something else too. It's allowing Iraq to pay their bills. Yeah. It's allowing the Iraqi citizens to have more purchasing power. You said that, Frank. But also through the HCL. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I don't know what the CBI will announce tomorrow. But I told you that on the 20th of this month, they would announce that they're completed with something. The CBI would announce that they're completed with something. May I suggest that it is possible that we might see an article from Iraq? This banking, this crypto banking summit meeting that the CBI was involved with, we're talking about 500 banks around the world, 20 different countries from around the world. Why would they meet? Where would the interest be in a program rate of Iraq? They're all coming to the CBI. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever it is, we'll find out, won't we, tomorrow. And then also, remember I told you, I pray that they reveal it. It may take a week, it may take a little while, but allow me to show you something that might help you to reveal it a little bit more. In fact, if anything at all, it's going to make me look, well, Walking Stick and I and our teams, we give all honor and glory to God, because what I'm about to show you, well, not only should make my teams look good, but it also should help you feel good. Let's turn this around. Tink, I need your help, baby. Let's see. First, I shoot this straight down. And then I turn it around. And I break it up. As long as it doesn't go above this, we'll be okay right here. Good. Is that good? Okay. Alrighty, family. Here we go. Stephanie Ellis says, I told you so. Hey, Stephanie, come on, say it with me. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. I told you so. All right, you've had plenty of time to get into KTFA. You've had plenty of time to go into the final article thread. And here we go. Final article number 956. Postponement of the visit of Kurdistan delegation to Baghdad. Why? Well, we were just kind of talking about that, weren't we? You see, family, you may say that there's a delay. It's a process, for crying out loud. It's a process. How long does it take for your supper, honey? Come on, man. When's it going to be ready? Hey, it's not a TV dinner. It's a process. I got to clean the potatoes. I got to peel them. I got to boil them. I got to smash them. And I got to put butter and salt in them. And I got to serve them on your plate. And then I got to wash your dishes. Okay? So shut up. Okay. And the same thing with this monetary reform. The postponement, well, it's because Kurdistan said, hey, we're leaving money on the table. I guess you are. You want to do something about it? Yeah, we're going to come in and we're going to talk about it. And they have, and that's what they're doing, and they're done. Kurdistan delegation to visit Baghdad on Wednesday. Well, that there be today. Yeah, what about it? Well, it has not yet been sent due to the lack of agreement on the technical points of the budget agreement. You mean because the price of oil went up? Well, look, go back to the other article. Let me see. Until now, yeah. So you see, we needed to, in order to complete. I love that word. Talk to me. Talk to me. In order to complete the discussion on the mechanism of for delivering oil. You're talking about the HCL. You're not talking about distributing, from refinery to trucks to countries or anything like that. Yeah, that's right. So they came in on Wednesday and they said, well, all these technical points, we're done. And look at that. That's a beautiful study by M&M. Make sure you read that. Make sure, in fact, hold on, because they're talking about the mechanism that they're using. They're doing it, and M&M says, "Look, pay attention. The mechanism is the exchange rate, in my view. they want what everybody else wants. The transformation digitally is ongoing with the Arab Summit taking place through tomorrow. That's what we were just talking about. He says, I suspect that the Kurds got the cart before the camel and need to hold off until now. But that's why they came in early to make sure that they got their part. The industrialists are getting ready for the same thing. That's right. That's why they haven't poured into Iraq yet. That's why the contracts aren't inside of Iraq just yet. Everybody's waiting. When Iraq has everyone on board, and they will when the new exchange rate, when Article 8 is announced, and compliance ready, they'll jumpstart the reforms. You mean the monetary and economic reform? Yep. And fast, in my opinion. Look at the articles about massive amounts of material needed: steel, cement, rice, like all this stuff. They are adding additional phases to the port to be able to handle the build out that is on the way. Yep, over 500 bankers and central banks are aware of this now. Yes, they are, and you are too, family, because you're a student. The digital rollout is the level playing field. It is the mechanism that will trigger a massive global change, in my opinion. So be at peace. Change is coming. Yeah. The same day that the Arab Summit started, the United States Treasury had a chat too. What a coinky-dinky. There are none. Please, family, get in and read these articles in depth and try to understand. You have link after link after link. Look at these beautiful articles. Link after link. This is an in-depth study that can help you out an awful lot, okay? The American Banker Association Board of Directors is saying a lot of nice things about Iraq. You should check it out. Final article number 957. What we talked about on Monday's conference call, family. The Dutch disease. No, Frank, you just talked to us about this today. No, I talked to you about it because look, what are they talking about? Sidebar. Look at your notes that I told you earlier. There it is. So the Dutch disease and Iraq foreign exchange rate. Economists who study the reason for the low per capita growth of GDP in developing countries that rely on revenues from abundant natural sources called the resource curse found it was actually caused not by high exchange rates, but by wrongly convinced economic policies over a long period of time. You're talking about the bozo parliament people that have no idea what they're talking about. This article, family, is amazing. This Dr. Zeki Fayat, the Dutch disease and the Iraqi foreign exchange rate. It's telling you exactly what I told you about the GDP. You need to read this and understand why it does not apply to oil exporting countries, which is Iraq. Bingo. They don't have problems financially. They don't have what all these other countries are dealing with. They have the resources. They have the customers. They now have to announce it to Article 8. How does the Iraq economy work? This is a beautiful piece right here that talks about the American dollar. The American dollar. Look at this little line right here. Do you see that? They're talking, therefore, it is a high time now to adopt a flexible exchange rate for the dinar vis-a at, you know what that means? Vis-a-vis? You don't? Here, let me read it again. Therefore, it is high time now to adopt a flexible, you mean to float the dinar? Flexible rate for the dinar, 1-to-1 with the American dollar. Oh my goodness. Raise it when its national resources of foreign currencies is high, and it is for Iraq. And lower it when the reserve is low, but it's not in Iraq, benefiting the country on the way up and on the way down. In this case, they benefited by going down with the rate. Now they're going to benefit by going back up with the rate. I think it's brilliant myself. Conclusion. Read this. Read this and understand what foreign currency inside of Iraq, how they've dealt with it, the phenomena they call it. Final article number 958. We talked about this on Monday's conference call. Parliament Finances explains the change in the price of the dollar. Okay, Parliament. Yeah, shut up. Okay, but I don't want to shut up. All right, what do you want to say, Parliament? The committee repertoire that we've been having, between each other, Safar says that in response to the questions by the NRT today, about raising the price of the dollar that may continue for another 4 years. Hold up. Why are you changing your tune now? Huh? Why are you going from a baritone to a soprano? Huh? What's this about? What do you mean? I thought you said, sorry, you're screwed. They're going to calculate for the next 4 years. That's it. No changes. Now you're telling me that it may be that way? You don't know Jack, do you? You don't know. You don't know Bob. You don't know Robert. You don't know George. You don't know anybody, do you? Especially Jack. Final article number 959. International. Europe. What? It needs to take a lead in Iraq. Yeah, you already did, so shut up. Next one. Europe needs to take a lead in Iraq. You already did. Shut up. Okay. Final article number 960. Family, we talked about this on Monday as well. This is why Kazemi may not run. Why? Well, the elections may be postponed in May 2022. A Kurdish party explains. And the reason why? Because we are filled with corruption. It's a disease in our country. Wait a minute, are you talking about the United States government? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so we have somebody by the name of Crypto Love that says 4 years? Really? Crypto Love, that's my point. That's my point. It's nothing but feces. You understand? It's caca. It's lies. You must have missed Monday's call. Welcome to today's call. God bless you, sweetie. I'm sorry?
I think it's a man.
It's a man? Let me see. Oh, if it's a man, I'm sorry.
But I think they're just saying, like, really? 4 years?
Yeah, okay, Crypto Love, you tell him. 4 more years? Up yours. I don't think so. Come here. Let me show you 4 years. I'll show you 5 fingers. Bah! Final article number 961. I told you so, family. Now pay close attention. You ready? The Dutch disease and the Iraqi foreign exchange. Now, I read you already part of it. And what they're telling you is that they had to make changes because the oil went up. Then this doctor comes in here and he says, look, what they've been doing, it's not right. It's not right. Economists who study the reason for the lower per capita growth of the GDP in developing countries that rely on revenue from abundant natural sources, and Iraq's got a lot of them, found it that it was actually caused not by a high exchange rate, well, we don't have that, but by the wrong convinced economic policies over a long period of time. That's right. That's right. So it turns out, and by the way, we will visit this point again at the end of the paper. They're talking about the white papers, family. Look over here. We argued, we talked about this in depth, okay? We talked about it. I mean, about the devaluation lies outside the monetary economics. Stupid, you can't do this. It's argued that in light of frequent fluctuation in oil prices and the considerable dollar leakage from the country, it is in Iraq, in other words, they stopped the auctions. It is in Iraq's interest to adopt a flexible exchange rate fluctuating within a narrow range instead of a fixed rate. We're going to float it outside when we go 1-to-1. And they're talking about Iraq. This is what they should do. And these are experts. This is not some peon parliament fool influenced by Iran, influenced by the wrong people. None of the analysis above applies to the Iraqi economy. You think? None of it. It's all garbage. There's only going to be no 4 years. It's not going to take a long No. In fact, had the dinar exchange rate been determined, the rate would have been higher. Knucklehead. That's the conclusion of experts. That's what's going on in Iraq. They're doing this. The problem is you can't see it because you don't have the right to see it until they announce it. You just have to be patient about it. In fact, look here. Dinar exchange. When the dinar exchange rate was 3 times higher than the current rate right now, and la 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 la. Why in the world would you tell me it's going to be 3 times higher? Okay, never mind. Okay, I understand. I know. Therefore, it is high time. Enough is enough. Enough is. Go outside and get me a go outside and get me a stupid stick to hit you with it, stupid. Because enough is enough. Therefore, it is high time now to adopt a flexible rate. And the only way to do it is to depeg from the American dollar, like I told you, family, and go outside of the country and float in a managed float. When they reach that level, they cap it, and then they repeg to the American dollar, and they enter the Middle East basket. Therefore, it is high time now to adopt a flexible exchange rate for the dinar, 1-to-1 with the American dollar. Raise it, doggone it. Raise it when its natural reserves of foreign currency is high, and it sure is. And lower it when it's low, but it's not. So it's stupid for you to apply anything else except to raise the value of your currency right now. It would certainly improve Iraq's long term of trade and improve the purchasing power of Iraqi citizens. No, Kaka. Really? Of course it would. This is common sense. This is logic. This is what Walking Stick and I have been telling you is happening. The exchange rate adjustment, therefore, would, in the final analysis, no kidding, and that was done on December the 20th, by the way, in my opinion. Oops. The exchange rate adjustment, therefore, would, in the final analysis, improve the purchasing power of the Iraqi households and contribute to fair distribution. You think? That's the HCL. And contribute to fair distribution of benefits from oil reserves among the population, objective that has been at the heart of the economic policy of every Iraqi government. Not of every Iranian jerk. You got to read this. All this red, oh my word. Your mouth will get watery as you read all of this. And then on top of that, look, we put in M&M's analysis right underneath it as well, too. Family, this is good. Let's go to page 49. You ready? Come on, let's go. Page 49, let's go down. What we got? Final article number 962. I'm not going to take the time because it's getting very late and I'm in pain. So look at here. This is beautiful. This is a gentleman by the name of Deepwood in our form. I love the question. He says, notice this article says nothing of disagreement in the budget because there is none. Good observation, Deep Woods. They all voted on it and they passed it. That's exactly right, Deep Woods. I would like to add that Prime Minister Kazemi gave away something in his interview today. What? Well, he said, is this thing on? Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. I'm the Prime Minister, Kazemi. I'd like to say something. What do you want to say? Well, boasting the economy situation will help to create a more stable political environment. No kidding. Is that why you threatened everybody that you were not going to run for Prime Minister anymore? Well, I don't know. So if they raise the value of the currency, then they fix the economic situation, and you'll run again, won't you? Well, I don't know, Frank. I mean, yeah, I guess so. Okay, that's brilliant. I mean, don't you think the citizens would vote for you, sir, if you raise the value? I don't know. You're embarrassing me. Stop it, Frank. Stop it. Keep going, Frank. Keep going. What else? Would they vote for me? Yeah, they'll vote for you, sucker. They'll vote for you, your dog, your cat, anybody, man. That's what they want. Fine article answers you this question right here. Deepwood is asking, the government, which will soon announce a mechanism that will include as many unemployed people as we can in the private sector that will play an important part in building the country. Do you think that this matches incognito description of what we seek? And I said, Frank 26 will answer you. This is the Turkmenistan monetary reform on steroids. Do you understand, family? Do you understand? For those of you that are true students, get the Turkmenistan article we have in here, overlap it with this, and then praise God. Final article number 963, Vietnam. There it is. They dropped the manipulator label. I find that to be impossible. I find it to be for a very good purpose. Maybe for the 20th. I don't know. Final article number 964. Local banks earn high profits from the activities that are being done at Banksurus. That's also Vietnam. I don't know what to say. Something's going on at the Vietnam Central Bank, and I still haven't figured it out because we're really not into that. We don't have teams for Vietnam. Anyways, it's a long, beautiful article, and this right here is a masterpiece. Final article number 965. Here's Petra. Here's Eminem. These two gentlemen, you need to read their conclusion of what we just studied tonight. Tink, we're going to turn this around now. Oh, I dropped the microphone. Oh no. Did it go boom when I did it? Did it make a loud? I'm sorry. It was an accident. No, it wasn't. I saw him. He let go of it on purpose. Look, the bobby pin, the bobby clip broke. So I don't know how to fix it. So I just hold it, okay?
It snaps.
It snaps. Can you hear me? Okay. Come on, bad boy. Is this thing on? Andy Griffith one time in a movie when he did that. He was up in a plane and he was trying to talk to his sergeant. No Time for Sergeant. Oh, it's a great movie. And he was talking. Hello? Is this working? Anyways, how you doing? You feel better? Do you feel better? You should. Yeah, I'll be talking to my friend soon, and we'll talk to you on Monday more than likely, okay? But tonight, this was very good. This is rather historical, because all the things that we've been telling you since the beginning of the year, there it is in a Dutch disease report. And it was also not pointed at any foreign currency, any foreign country. It was directly pointing their finger right at Iraq. Hey, you stop it. You hear me? Yeah, okay. It's about time. Raise the value. You got it? Okay. You got so much assets. It's coming out of your assets. Now, come on, man. Raise the value. Help the people. Okay. But more so, help your country to bring in the contracts that will rebuild your economy. Yeah. Because you have both of those reforms. And I've always said from day one, I'm sorry, you're not going to get the economic reform until you get the monetary reform. Wow, I had a wonderful time. I thank you for being with us tonight. You be strong now, you hear? Be strong. Whatever you're going through, be strong. Trust me, I'm going through a lot right now. I put on this face that smiles, but as soon as I say goodbye to you, my face changes. But I stay strong because God allows that to be the case in me. I can't be strong without Him. And the reason why is because I live on this planet Earth. I'm surrounded. This whole planet Earth, that's the domain of Satan. That's the domain of Satan. A lot of people think, oh, well, Satan is in hell. Yeah, no, he's not in hell. He's going to be one day, but not right now. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Well, where is he? He's right next to you, tempting you every second of the way. One day he will be in hell. And he will not be in charge of tempting you. He will be in chains. It's interesting. The name devil actually means accuser. Isn't that interesting? When you look up the etymology of the word, he lies. He uses lies to create lies, and we're kind of seeing that. You know what I mean? Right now, you know where. I want you to realize. I want you to realize your place with God. Respect Him, and let Him do the judging. Whenever you're hurting and you're sad, put everything in God's hands. No one is ever going to stand before God. Well, let me put it this way. No one's ever going to stand boldly in front of God. One day we will stand before God to be reviewed and judged. Even Lucifer himself will stand before God and be judged. And we're all going to see this. We're all going to get our sweet revenge. You be strong. Do as much as you can for your brothers and your sisters. And the most you can do is pray for them and love them. No one can do everything. But everyone can do something for someone. Pray for each other. Pray for each other, lift each other, support each other, do whatever it takes. Because like I told you, this place, this world, this is his turf, Satan. This is his place. And Satan is actively studying you. Sometimes from afar, sometimes right up to your ear. Satan is actively studying you. He's checking out to see where your weak points are. You know, just like the lions and in the jungle. When they see a herd of animals, they don't attack the herd. They would be killed. They look for the straggler, the one that's fallen behind, the one that's injured, the old one. Does Satan find you worthy to study? To serve him? You rebuke him, and you be strong in our Heavenly Father. Okay? Because I know that this is a time when it's just hard. It's difficult. I didn't want to ban somebody. I didn't want to ban this person from my forum yesterday, but as a leader, I have learned that in order to keep the peace within tens of thousands of people that are in our forum, I have to get rid of that one or two after I've given them so many chances. And tonight I want to say something that I have never said. Well, I have said it, but in a different way, as I say goodbye to you now. And we're down to the last 2 minutes. Pray for the President of the United States of America. Pray for him, his family. Pray for his staff that they would see the light of God and not the darkness that they're serving right now. Everything that they're doing is so illogical. It's so spooky. It's so terroristic. It has nothing to do with Americana. It has nothing to do with American citizens. It has nothing to do with Christianity. Satan was actively studying them. And he found their weak point. And now he's using them. To hurt the believers of Jesus Christ. This was some good stuff tonight. Wait till you see what I tell you on Monday. Y'all take care of each other. God bless, okay? I'll be in premium. I've stayed away. But But I cleaned the place up, so I'll be in there pretty soon. Y'all take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.